Welcome back, everyone. As promised, we have returned after only a very small break, and we're getting right into the action. First chase starting instantly, as you like to see with a Billy set. We have, of course, here Ward, aka Bolotar, from Severance on the killer, almost getting an instant down right off the bat. And luckily, I don't have to enjoy this spectacle of a match alone. I am here joined with my co-caster, Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hello, Sinister Pumpkin Pie is the official name in the Discord, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Very, as you said, very fast down, or very fast find, and then consequently very fast down. He is built-in lethal. He doesn't even need to use the perk.
After just spawning in, knowing exactly where the survivors are, we see a bit of an interesting pick here on the Rancor perk. I would absolutely expect Boltar to bring this just for the oral reading after generators get done, because I don't think he's expecting to go into an end game. I think he's going to
No,
play very aggressive and going to down many survivors as possible right off the bat, and we find another survivor as we speak.
no corrupt either, which I just realized is again usually something we see later on when trying to beat a certain win con, but he's trying to set at a very aggressive pace off the bat with that. Very uncommon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think corrupt has become such a standard perk that people kind of forget you don't have to take it. And these sets like Blight or Billy, where a first down is kind of guaranteed to happen pretty quickly, I definitely think it's a good option to at least consider not taking it. And I mean, we saw it worked out great, and here we see another perk working out even better. Bamboozle, maybe not spotted by one of our Fenstar survivors from Team Echoes.
Please call him by his
We'll
proper
help him
name, Hobby
another
Wobby.
takedown. Hobby, I was just gonna say one of the Feds first, but yeah,
That's their
Hobby
name.
Wobby.
I like to think of them like a boy band almost, like they're the new, like in Sync or something. They're the new boy band. It's just the
I mean,
newest
you never
one.
know. They might have another hobby besides comp DVD. You
I
never
hope
know.
so. I hope that they get into music, dancing, gelling their hair in terrible ways. I mean, just the heartthrobs of comp DVD.
Yeah,
Defense
that would
Star.
be amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I just saw there some nice value from Ranker coming through, giving Boltar information of all survivors, which means he was safe to kind of go to the middle of the map and pressure them some more before finally coming back once the unhook comes. And this is quite an early unhook. That is a very interesting play. Immediately letting the chainsaw end to not get stunned. And oh, great crouch play coming through from Hobby Wobby, but it won't matter. Oh my god! The medium
Wow.
bolt leads to a grab.
I was about to
And
say
this
that
is
was a very interesting play on the grab, but I guess very unexpected with the flashlight. Very good on Team Echo.
this is absolutely a plan-based play by Team Echoes, but I wonder how much time it's really gonna buy for them, because Bolotar is zoning him back to this tower all the way in the corner of the map, really not giving Hobby Lobby a lot of options here. And ooh, we barely missed the flick, but the pallet does get dropped, so we are limiting the options a little bit of Survivor. Probably just gonna try to break this pallet, yep, zone him to the corner of the map. And now I think this third hook onto Hobby Wobby is all but guaranteed. We see another Survivor running in. This might be the FTP. We do see FTP coming through. I would expect an FTP We're Gonna Live Forever combo, and Bolotar is also definitely expecting it. Counting the 10, but multiple generators pop in this time. It's just absolutely a great play by Team Echoes, denying
Yeah,
this first kill by so long.
such an early down and early find. They just every little. It wasn't even like obviously Hobby Lobby did a fantastic
Yeah.
chase with very little to work with, but the extra assistance from his teammate really just squeaking out those minutes for
Yeah,
gen time.
absolutely. One small problem I do see here is Volcar still has this very nice free gen up in the corner 10 of the map, and even though we do have a good bit of gen progress onto one of the gens, it's going to be very hard to actually get that gen done before we get, I mean, right here, we get it down, and we're going to be able to drag that survivor right next to the generator, which is pretty much going to kill it completely. Or we're actually just hooking here, just playing aggressive. That is
Yep.
also totally fine.
He doesn't need to worry about pain res. He doesn't need to worry about anything. He just wants to go.
Ooh, almost get a beautiful flick around the crane. Barely not. There a quick unhook that might have been Belly. I actually couldn't see if there was a survivor there, but oh my god, the overdrive kicks in. Long for an amazing snipe. onto outer, and now Voltar said he's had enough. We're gonna try to play for this 4K2 maybe even. I'm not gonna allow them to get the generator done and going for the classic slug meta.
My favorite meta. Just stay on the floor. Think about what you've done.
Everyone's favorite meta. Ooh, the pickup already comes through quite quickly.
We'll make it an unbreakable assistance, but can they get out of there with all the pallets gone up here?
Both
He's
are
not
trying
wanting
to
to
go
get
for the
cooked
flick
again.
again. It's barely not coming through, but Survivor does make another pallet because of it. Dealing with it a little bit longer. Probably have one survivor working on 5 in the meantime, at least trying to get to that 4K1 because a 4K2 can be so hard to beat against a team at Severance. Right now in Chase, they're doing a pretty good job. The downs are not happening as quickly as in the beginning. They're really getting the time they needed.
No, but Billy just able to go and harass all these generators. He's but a skip away. And harass he will. Oh no.
They are actually free splitting generators right now. Oh, the medium vault! Like with the fast vault, you could have made that. But now we will be going back down onto the ground. And Wolf are actually choosing to leave, not picking up, even though I
No
believe that was
minor.
no mither. So we are on a bit of a clock here. We have to down outer as fast as we possibly can. And either, in the meantime, try to down Asu back on 5, or just go back and pick up the no mither survivor. I think we are going back for the no mither survivor, which is the safer option for sure.
Yep, just a quick.
Oh,
Oh, get back down there.
I mean, buying an extra 2 or so seconds, why not, right? It's not like no mither has a cooldown. Yeah.
Yep.
And right now, we see a bit of an issue. I mean, these generators, they're not popping yet. We still have Eruption in our back pocket for once Ruin gets cleansed, but right now Ruin is doing an amazing job. I feel like when you have just Ruin, not even Ruin Undying, you kind of have to cleanse that as soon as you can, even though Eruption is also a scary prospect. You cannot play with the Ruin in the 3v1.
No, you really cannot. Not against the Billy. He is just everywhere, and he can just do as he is doing right now. Just keep going back, keep going back.
We are doing a good job looping the Billy a little bit at main, making him leave the chase, check back on his generators. Ooh, we catch off a survivor. A bit of a scary area. We can just easily break this and zone them into nothing. And I wonder if Voltar's going to decide to just hook the survivor quickly or go back and slug for more pressure.
He's gonna
Does look
slug
like
for
we're
more
going back
pressure.
to our generators. Of course, the generator on 9 having quite a lot of progress is a bit too scary. And while we are playing very aggressive for remaining on the gentle as long as possible, we see a bit of walking. That is, of course, a 99 sprint first, letting our survivor go back to a bit of a safer area, back to a nice pallet here, maybe even move it into the shack. I think both are, ooh, maybe mind gaming the zone. Oh, wow! That is an amazing flick from Bolitar, expecting the survivor to go wide.
Oh no.
Almost a snipe as well, but it won't matter because there is nothing. We are back to the comp corner. There is nothing to loop. And this is the no mither survivor, so we are just picking, but that is totally fine because I believe we're now down to a 2v1.
Yep, and Nine just keep progressing away.
I mean, if I was already struggling to pop a generator in the 3v1, I would expect the struggles to keep growing even further now that we have reached the dreaded 2v1.
That might be so.
We've probably seen the last value we will from Rancor, unless Echo's able to do some amazing chases right now and keep really long enough busy, but we will just have to see.
Unless Azu is gonna have a juicer chase.
Yes.
Very possible. Very possible. So far, so good.
Are trying to use maybe a bit of a ping advantage there, but sadly we get a nice stun from Team Echoes. Ooh, that tapping, we will finally land on the ground. We kind of tried to go wide, but that zones us from the pallet. Now Bulbasaur, of course, slugging, making sure this last minute doesn't pop, finds the last survivor. And unless we still have an active Unbreakable, this will lead us into the final chase of the trial. And Finstar Outer actually perfectly timing the vault, getting just a little bit more distance. Dodging this one as well. Do we make the vault in time? We do not. And that has put every survivor remaining onto the ground and has most likely secured the 4K2 for Team Severance in this first trial. I think overall, just a classic strong performance by Bulbasaur, doing exactly what he needs to, not doing anything too crazy. Also, do you have any final words about this, Bob?
I mean, yeah, I think Ranko is a great pick, of
Wait,
course. Oh, are
we're
you?
seeing Bulbasaur going for the bonus points for the end game Mori.
Is there bonus points for an endgame mod?
Of course, we could definitely give bonus points for this.
Can we?
Maybe not like as match officials,
Actual
but
points? We'll give like,
maybe
yeah, we'll
in our
give like,
hearts. In our hearts, we can give
okay.
bonus points.
Okay, we can give. It's like a consolation prize, or like we'll give like credit to a store that
Oh,
doesn't exist. Oh, well, that
we
was kind
actually
of
see
them.
and start outer DCing speed up the end of this
Give
trial.
the
I
people
think
what
that
they
is
want.
not really the intention. We will see if that result maybe in I don't know, that might even result into a penalty, but we have now at least quickly reached the end of the trial, which means we get to see if Echoes can live up to this 4K2 in just a little bit.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're gonna see Fenstar Outer on the Billy Willy, and he's gonna be finding Chase on what looks to be Ward at Stack. Already started working on the gen, hoping to get a nice little thick. Sinister, how do you feel about this Billy game?
Well, we're starting a chase almost just as early as the previous trial, but we do see a little bit of a bump, which I hope is not a kind of a an expected outcome of what's gonna happen more. Maybe just one accidental bump that can happen, you know. And uh-oh. Talk about early things.
Yeah.
Alice AB actually tried to go for a bit of a juke on the shack, going down immediately. Might even result in a quick basement hook for Fenstar Outer. And we again see the no corrupt and a bit of a more standard build here, Ruin Undying. Corruption, of course. And one of the
Hmm.
totems has already been cleansed, unlike last trial where Ruin stayed up for the entire trial. So
Yes.
a little bit more happening at the start of the trial this time. Oh, we're hitting the air
Oh boy.
molecules. That is very unlucky.
No, no, that's good. That's free. Plus 5 free.
Plus 50 wood, exactly. Or plus
Gotta
50
find my
air.
mats.
Yeah.
Gotta find my mats.
Yeah. Okay. So we are in a position here. Fencer Outer. To win this set, we have to reach a 4K3, which is always very, very scary. I think he's most likely playing for the 4K2 high condition and hoping that we'll be able to pull off some great results in the rest of these sets today as well. We're going for a nice flick. We'll just barely be missing. We'll reach another pallet. Most likely going to try to zone it to survive it away, as we see right there. And now it's just a question whether or not Hart will be able to reach anything else. We reach a hill. Very nice crouch coming through, just barely dodging. But we don't have balanced landing. I think I really was expecting balanced landing, going for the M1, which will result in Harding actually surviving for a bit longer, and we lose the towel just in time, getting back to this hill, just giving us a little bit of safety. We fly off into the distance. Chase Billy program. Hartney
I
now
love just
reaching
having
all the
just
way to 6. Another nice bit of a corner attack. But we finally do go down again. We have bought a lot of time here for our survivors. Finally, the first generator popping. I would be surprised if we don't have more progress on at least one other generator. Maybe a middle generator, maybe a generator on 10. And we are also trying to work on both of these generators right here, the shack one and the one right next to it, which is a bit of a scary gen lock if Spencer Outer is able to hold that until the end of the trial. Unhook is already coming through. And we have reached another chase with Alos, who is our tunnel out now. Simply faking the M2, going to this unsafe pilot. AB choosing to die on it. This might lead into a sprint burst pallet save. I do see a survivor running up. They do, of course, get the nice stun and a bit of a blind to disorient the killer right afterwards. And even more blinding happening. Maybe trying to, bait the killer into taking the chase away from AB. And I mean, this is
Classic
working
little
great.
crouch attack.
Everyone's really using that control key, taking as much advantage as possible from it. Are choosing not to take the M1. He realizes that, on Billy, why even take the M1? You're just gonna have to M2 them anyways at some point, and that might actually be right now, but no. Sadly, we reached another pallet.
Opting to leave, go find something in greener pastures. Learn about his generators.
We have some
As they
Severance
should
already
be.
working these generators over here. So outer coming, these generators is an expected outcome. We get a beautiful S-flick check how it gone as well. Oh wow, we're actually choosing to plug. We might not be interested. We might realize that a lot of these generators might have progress on them already. With Severance is most likely splitting at least 3 generators. And we can let only one more generator pop before the set has been lost and Team Severance take the first win. Or 2 more generators, sorry. 1 more into the tie.
Billy doing what he does best and just harassing 7 generators at once.
Yeah, and we are sadly just taking a little bit too long to chase again. Maybe mind gaming, mind gaming our demons a little bit with all these double backs and these 360s. And in the meantime, the pickup has already come through at the shack, but we do get a nice down. But now another generator pops. These 2 generators both very high progress, and we actually just pop it in his face. Get it? Oh, don't get a blind. But now we have the no miter survivor slug. So even though we might get another down onto Cartney, Cartney is still a fresh hook. So this is not really helping us in getting a survivor out of the trial. And what is that name? Sorry, no miter survivor's name. Uh, Unchallengable gets picked up,
Unpalatable.
of course, by no miter. So that pressure has also been lost, and now we have, at least we have a bit of, I was gonna say a bit of a free gen, but main is so hard to pressure with this strong window being open. And of course, we are going to use bamboozle on it. I wonder if we have noticed the bamboozle before, and I think Alice has seen the bamboozle going upstairs, maybe deciding to use his balanced landing in case he has that. Oh, we actually hear a grunt, so there's no balanced landing, but maybe a little bit. Maybe everyone's a little bit confused where we are, so we are going into a locker, forcing a grab, and that actually buys enough time for the last generator to pop, and now Alice has already been hooked, so while you usually would want to go for him, we are in the end game, now you have to collect pressures to get the most points possible.
Fantastic play by all of the 7 survivors.
Oof. Courtney slow vaulting, just barely not being hit. Outer showing a little bit of frustration onto the vault. I don't think that window did anything wrong to you. It was a survivor, actually. Yeah, that's how you get rid of your frustration. Just
Yes,
slap the survivor right in his face. Absolutely. And oh my god,
almost.
I didn't even see the survivor, but they almost got the angle.
Neither did he.
I didn't expect Severance to just maybe try to leave this trial now. Once the gates have been opened, they have secured the win. Gathering some more wood, maybe preparing for the upcoming set. That is totally fine because the upcoming set, let's quickly check, is a nurse set. It might be important to note that this Billy set was actually Severance's pick, so you're probably a bit more confident in here, and maybe Echoes can now bring back that confidence in the upcoming set. Do you have anything else to say now, Bob?
No, it's just as I said, fantastic play by all the survivors on 7. Great teamwork, and unfortunately, fenced our outer. Was just too distracted writing songs and just wasn't able to quite pull out the result he needed.
I mean, yeah.
All right, all right. Welcome back to the second match. We have a very classic nurse on Cold Tower. Obviously, also a very basic build, except we have a little bit of a spicy extra perk.
I was gonna say, classic nurse. I don't think I've ever seen this perk being run on
Classic,
nurse.
classic.
I can't even remember if this is the one which blocks totems or if it's the one that. Oh, oh my God!
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
was I was still talking about builds. I was not expecting some crazy double blink after a vault. I mean, we're getting right into the action. That is okay. Chasing owls, finding another survivor in this corner of the map who just cleansed our undying already.
We know someone's sneaking about, maybe an easier target, looking about, but we're just gonna leave.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Seems we're not interested in looking in the entire corner of the map. All the survivors are cranking this mid motor very, very quickly. Ooh, our blink gets eaten just a little bit right there. That is very unlucky.
Courtney was very hungry for the blinks. He did not have breakfast. He wanted blinkos. But his mom said no. He had to go find his own.
So yeah, this is actually the perk dominance. I completely forgot. It's the one that blocks totems, and still we have lost our undying so quickly in the start of the trial. And ruin as well. We are now down to well, pretty much a 0 perk nurse, and we have not yet gotten our first injury. Corrupt running out in just about 10 seconds, and all of our totems have been cleansed already. This is not the part you'd like to see, and oh no. We land the prediction blink onto the survivor, but just barely get the swing. We do finally get a nice hit here after a pallet drop, but we have already exchanged the first generator for it, which is a very nice start for Team Severance.
Yeah,
Another
already difficult start.
prediction blink.
Hey, it works out.
I mean, yeah. Oh, we hear some naughty footsteps right behind us. I think Santa Claus is not going to be happy with that. Survivor trying to go for the flashlight save once again. It should have resulted in another injury, but sadly we try to go for the one blink, breathing just a little bit too hard to get the 2-tap. But instead now the survivor will leave unscathed.
I disagree though. I think Santa would be very happy. Courtney was just trying to deliver the poor nurse a flashlight. Now she too can feel the pain and suffering
I mean,
and
I, I
inflicted
don't
on others.
remember I don't remember too much, but wasn't Nurse the one that was like really scared of the light, or was that one of the other killers?
I don't remember the lore very
Maybe that
well,
was
I'll
the
be
Wraith.
honest.
Oh, we are completely getting our blink eaten right here. But I mean, I would assume we're just gonna try to maybe secure an extra stage on the survivor. He's already reaching pretty far in his hook timer.
Yeah, 2 gens gone at this point. He needs someone out of the game to get any chance of
Yeah, I
harassing his
mean,
co-survivors.
not only is there just 2 gens done, I feel like Severance has already broken kind of the main free gen, and ooh, we try to go for a body block. It does not really come through. We see Sprint Burst giving us a lot of distance, leaving the Cluck Survivor. We should be free to get picked up very soon then. And now we will
I
see how
almost
long. Sorry.
no. I was gonna say I almost feel like totem builds just aren't as good on nurse versus like just her mobility almost lacks a bit sometimes to keep pressuring those totems. And that her totems obviously spawned at a terrible spot, so that was just risky. And
Yeah,
such a small map of CT as
yeah.
well.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Dominance is supposed to give us a notification. I don't think we saw that early in the game though, so maybe that's a bit of a
No.
spectator bug, or maybe it's only like a small visual notification you can see when you look at them, but Outer did not also really protect the totems early on, sadly. So even though like it might show the totems in white instead of red, Outer either didn't see that or didn't really care enough and just tried to get a survivor early on in the game.
Mm.
But right now we are in a position which is very favorable for Team Severance as another generator pops immediately. We go for I mean we try to maybe stealth the nurse a bit. We almost forget there's a hook here, but we can of course look straight back over here. We are collecting some freshes at least, but I mean on nurse you should really be trying to play for a 4K, but I mean generators popping left, right, and center. We are nowhere near having a survivor out of the game yet. What do you think about the state of the game, Bob?
think it's really rough. It's just, as I said, I don't think the perks worked out quite in the nurse's favor. And again, fantastic jukes and plays by the team. Severance, minus a couple jumping into her arms moments.
Yeah, I think sometimes against Nurse you just have to take a bit of a gamble, and then eventually you might run into her arms. That happens. That's okay.
It's okay.
If it
Okay.
does work out, you can save so much time. But what also saves so much time is running into our favorite location of the map, which is of course the corner. And now we're M1 mind gaming this, trying to blind the nurse out of her power that sadly does not work anymore, but it might distract her just enough to not give her a hit in the edge map. And the trial is actually nice and quiet because we have the classic spectator bug of not hearing chase, but the chase is not that long anyways. Ward going right onto the ground. Of course, the flashlight is shined at our face again, and the generator pops. So even though Severance is kind of following this chase with a flashlight, they have still gotten all the generators done. You know, Outer has gonna try to collect as many stages as possible in the end game.
Yes, he really needs to find the fresh hook, getting kills. Can we do it? Can we get them in time?
This right here is chasing the last, the only other survivor that has already been hooked. So taking this will almost definitely result in a 2k6, which is quite a suboptimal performance. But Outer looks like he is just gonna take it. Maybe not comfortable or confident enough in chasing down another survivor, just leaving AB, and instead just taking the 2k6.
Maybe very confident in their survivors gameplay as well. Like, we can out this, we got this. 2 stage on the nurse. Easy.
Yeah, you never know. I've seen worse. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that will result in the end of the trial. Next up, very short intermission before we will probably see Bolitar on the nurse, and we will have to see if he can surpass this 2k6 performance. And so we will be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to the second trial of our nurse set here. As a little reminder, Bolitar, our killer, has to match or surpass the 2k6 from Team Echoes. And we are running a pretty similar build to the Billy build, again running Rancor, Ruin, Eruption, Erupt, and we are getting a very nice, such an early tag and instant down in the corner of the map.
Well,
Uh,
not much need for corrupt there, unfortunately. Kind of wasted perk when you kill someone that quickly, but that's just how the game goes, I guess.
yeah, I mean, that is one perk down, but I think Bolitar is still happy with its result. Instantly getting someone on this central hook of the map is probably a lot more pressure than the corrupt could ever give you. So this is a great
Yeah,
start, and
good
we
trade.
actually hear the survivor perfectly,
Speaking of trade,
already forcing them to trade. I mean, I would
yeah.
expect this to be the deliverance survivor, but I wonder if Fenstar Hobby Lobby is even going to be able to survive those. I think what is it, 15 seconds needed. And ooh, with the H, they actually will be able to give out her the deliverance, which is such a crucial perk. And we may be expecting to go for the vault there, sadly not working out. Buying quite a bit more time now.
Yeah, just kind of get whatever he can because it was, again, such a first chase and down at the beginning, and they just don't have a lot of hook stages to spare. There is the first gen popping,
Ooh.
but we
Yeah,
see everybody.
yeah. And
Everyone.
the outer did get picked up already, but that I feel like it has to be unbreakable because we saw the two survivors stacking that top gen. That is already unbreakable gone. We know who has the H now as well. We have not yet seen Decisive Strike, but we know where Deli is. So Bolitar right now, a lot of crucial information. He kind of knows where all the survivors are, where all the important perks are. He should be able to, um, I mean, I think put a great result down with all this information he has.
Kind of holding the middle, waiting for cross or any hint of a survivor, and he finds it.
Actually trying to go for the second blink there, sadly not working out because of sprint burst. So we'll simply just go back, probably secure this kill early on. We're actually gonna hit through the borrowed time, which is I think a pretty good choice when you have DH, such a strong perk against Nurse. You're just gonna simply not allow them to do anything with that. We see Hobby Wobby doing the funny point.
Are we gonna get the pallet save? He's worried. He's nervous. We cannot let him get up. He will have then DH in his repertoire.
Oh no. See, I'm survivor here. Oh,
That
we are
doesn't feel
just
good.
yep, reaching them with the absolute tip of our knife. No, wait, we see not just a heal coming through, but an FTP right after the heal. Hobby Wobby is now back to full health. That is almost assuredly we're gonna look for our FTP combo. We get another
Doesn't
disgusting hit.
matter. Health states don't matter.
Yeah,
Nothing really matters.
Nurse quite simply does not care about the health states. Ooh, we get a little bit stuck on this rock. Giving a little bit more time to the survivors. We have gotten the pickup again. We are doing a little bit of juking, waiting out the DH perfectly, and still getting the blink. All the survivors not far enough away.
Unfortunate with DH, once you know they have it, it's just so much harder to manage to get it off.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you can kind of still maybe wait a little bit longer with the DH because Nurse is such a short time before she starts peaking, but at that point, there's almost a bit of a 50-50 you're playing, whether they're just going to wait it out or just swing immediately.
Yeah, but on ping 2, still 2 gens popping for 1 death. They have 3 hook stages left for 3 gens. It's gonna be a gonna be a very hard. Oh, we're just gonna slug. Interesting.
And so Outer having
Oh,
already used Unbreakable, that is of course our Deliverance player, so Bolotar is not interested in hooking him yet, and we instantly find someone else, so slugging here is definitely already paying out, even if we just get one tag. Going for a bit of a prediction blink, we saw them running edge map. Bolotar's not interested though, instead trying to maybe intercept a quick another survivor coming to heal Outer on the ground. Or they're actually trying to stick the generator on one, trying to get as many gens done before it all goes downhill, but bolts are
very
perfectly stopping him
close.
in time. They're now stuck on the edge map.
Oh, the
Who
Nodders. It's all up to a zoo now. What
are
can a zoo
very
do?
happy having stopped that generator. All the survivors, I mean, the last two survivors are right in front of us. Bolotar is most likely going to secure the 4K free here since that gen didn't pop. We are
Yeah.
now. Oh, we're not even gonna keep chasing. We're
Gotta
just
give them
just gonna
give
hook.
them a fighting chance.
Yeah, just hooking. Maybe letting the trial end a little bit sooner. He's not interested in any shenanigans coming from the survivor side.
No shenanigans allowed here. Yes, he has it embroidered on a pillow that he keeps next to him in his gaming chair. No shenanigans here. Are they gonna be greeting the huh?
Luckily for Bolotar, the search for these remaining two survivors is not that difficult. Swarming around this generator again. I mean, only one of them was swarming around the gen actually. The hook has already come through.
Does
Nice
help when they're
prediction blink.
crying and moaning and leaving weird, bright colored things on the floor. But
Bright colored things. What do you think they
how
are,
would you
Bob?
describe a scratch mark? How would you describe a
Oh,
scratch
I
mark to
thought you
someone?
meant blood. Okay, no, yeah,
Okay,
that's
I
fair.
mean
Yeah.
both, I guess.
I guess
What's this
scratch
weird
marks don't
colored?
really make
Who
sense,
dumped
huh?
paint on the
Yeah.
floor? Was there a rave here last night? This is weird.
Someone drank something funny for
Oh
it
yeah,
to look like that. I don't know. Yeah.
orange juice went off. I don't know. uh, Still trying to fight for the 4K2, but survivors are in recovery mode, and poor Outer has been left on the floor for so long in timeout.
Yeah, we might not even be going for any tunnel outs anymore, but instead going for a bleed out. Um, bleed out will result in, I think, -1 point, top of all the hook stages, but it doesn't really matter because I mean, killing all the survivors would result in a win for Bolitar anyways.
Not best
And
result though.
yeah, you always go for the best result, but you know, if
Exactly.
bleeding one survivor out means you guarantee the 4K free, then you gotta do that, you know?
Yeah. As a
How it
treat,
goes.
you know. Sometimes you just bleed out a survivor as a treat. Finally
Mhm.
hooking a zoo though. Off to hunt.
Harp,
Believe
some
it is
scratch
outer.
marks to follow here, luckily. We're not interested in doing any funny blink, just holding our blink until we know exactly where the survivor is. And Fencer Outer is of course going to be left on the ground, his favorite location, kissing the grass. And you get a
Really, he's
small
really.
glimpse of the last survivor.
That's his form of meditation, just face down in the dirt, contemplating life.
No, I don't really do yoga, but is that actually a pose?
Well,
Face
there's
down
downward
into, yeah.
dog,
I
so
mean
I guess
that's
there
close
can be
enough.
downward dirt.
What's enough? And Atsu has let go of the hook stage. We're maybe now gonna see Fencer Outer bleed out. We might even still see a hatch. You never know. Anything is possible. Could see some
True.
edge map juking for maybe roughly a minute, but no. Volatar is not interested. Down onto the ground you go. And now, I mean, the most important objective is still alive.
It is. It is.
Will Volatar be able to find our last survivor and get another endgame warrior? I really hope so.
I hope so too. We gotta hopefully.
Oh,
I think we. I think
we're
we
coming
will.
to give it to him, but
But we have. Okay.
oh, what a
Unfortunately, though,
predicament. We're
Luca
not
is
able,
first hook.
we're not allowed to
No.
attempt an unhook. Offense to outers, he's gonna have to bleed out. Or, I mean, we could hook him, but I guess the bleed out happens. That will, um, that will result in the win from Severance. A 2-0 victory. We do not have to go to a tiebreaker.
Unfortunately, I think
Overall,
it would have been a fun
very,
set.
yeah, very, very strong performance from Team Severance. Do you have anything else to say about this?
No, no, not really. I mean, I liked the builds Bolotar was cooking up. It was always fun to see a bit of a meta shift change. But other than that, yes, Severance did fantastic, and Echoes just couldn't keep up with their text dominance.
Yeah, that was very nice. And because we did a bit of a speed run with 2 S tier sets, we will have just a little bit of a break before we start our next match of today, which will be another very exciting matchup. We have Eternal versus Betrayal coming up in just about 20 or so minutes, maybe a little bit longer. So make sure you do not go anywhere, and then we will see you very, very soon.